super significant.
Test, test, test.
Some criminal package.
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First thing up is the ESPY Awards and Exceptional Student Performance this year. This award is given to students who are doing well academically and have an exceptionally positive attitude about school. They demonstrate respect and responsibility towards staff and their peers. They show courage by not conforming to peer pressure and refuse to accept anyone who bullies. The school board and the district want to recognize these students by celebrating their success at the beginning of each board meeting. Students receive a certificate and their names are announced on the web and district newsletter. And their names are going to a drawing for something cool at the end of the year. And Mike Adams is going to be handing them out tonight.
Well, I'll come up here so you guys aren't coming around to the side. First, we have Akimi Jimenez Ramon from the high school. Reese Volkers, also from the high school. Russell Schroeder. Maylee Brewer. Moses Basil from Foster.
Good job.
Nice work.
Ivy Leeton from Foster.
Good job.
Nice work. Right.
Harper McBride from Hawthorne. Lincoln Funk from Hawthorne. Meadow Smith from Holly.
Good job, Meadow.
Nice job, Meadow.
Jacob McConnell from Oak Heights.
Good work, Jacob.
Sorry.
Good job, Jake.
Good job. Harper Feisick from Oak Heights.
Good job, Harper.
Good call, Harper.
Riley Reed from the charter school.
Good job, Riley.
Go, Riley.
And last we have Aurora Grainer from the charter school.
Good job.
Good job.
Nice job, Laura.
And we'll get these to the people that.
If all the award winners could come back up here, and the young man from the New Era wants to take your picture.
Tall people on the back.
Yeah.
All right, can you hold your board up so I can see the words on it? Perfect. Smile. 3, 2, 1. All right, one more.
Big smile.
Big smile.
Hee-hee.
All right, good job.
Good job, guys.
We know it's a school night, so you're free to leave if you wish, but you're more than welcome to stay. All right, let's carry on. We have a revised agenda before us tonight, so you need to have that approved.
Make a motion to.
I'd second it.
All right, any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the same? So moved. Is there any public comments? Sorry?
I couldn't even remember what the first part was.
Public comments? No, okay. Let's see, we're going to go on to classified and certified reps. I see Steve. You're going to talk. Velma's here. Who wants to go first?
We're still, like I said before at the last meeting, where we're at on our contract. We settled on the financial part. We've just got to meet again and just do another meeting and tie up a couple things. And it's gone, like I said, very smooth. I don't know if I noticed it as much or if I took for granted of it, but you know, as the year's gone so far this year, we've had a good year. But just like anything, nothing ever goes as planned perfectly. You know, things happen, and it's not what happens; it's how you respond to what happens. And I know we've lost some positions at some of our schools and at different levels, and our at the high school, I know that we lost a couple of teachers. We had one resign and one had to take a leave for medical reasons. And so what I get to see, and what's neat is I've seen it across the hall from you, is how people have stepped up and how our teachers and our administrators have stepped up and taken care of things. And I just, you know, I don't have a lot to say. I usually email all the administrators, hey, what's going on at your school? But I just want you guys to know, and the board to know, and our community to know that, man, we've got a pretty good place here. We've got a good place to work. We've got a great place to live. And we have some people who are, I just get to, I said it before when I first started, as we've come, I've seen, you know, teachers wearing, you know, all they're missing is their big red S on their chest, but they wear their cape every day. And I've got to see that again, and how teachers have stepped up, and you know, and at the high school, how my administration has made things work. It's really good, and I think that speaks also to Terry, how he allows his leaders to lead, and I think that's a good job. But you know, we're doing good things. Orange Frog Ralph, does it start this next week at the high school in the English, right?
You get rolling out with iReady and Orange Frog together.
Yeah, because we must have been ready that I was ready. So yeah, everything's rolling out, and the grade schools are doing some things, and the 360, and you know, it's kind of fun to. It's corny, some of it, but it is still fun to be excited about what you do and to find ways to celebrate kids, and that's what we're doing. So, do you guys have any questions for us? Did you hear about the outcome of the OSU Oregon State University of Oregon football game? I didn't know if you heard about that. Oregon State won that.
No, we did not.
I wanted to let you know that the Beavs won that one, and then yesterday set a record capacity of 6,800 in attendance at the Oregon State-Oklahoma State wrestling duel. So that was a lot of fun. So, all right, any questions for me? All right, thanks. I'm going to another meeting.
Velma, you want to come on up here? All right. I don't know, but we got a video live feed, so.
I'm loud enough they can hear me.
Up here, please.
Yeah.
What a change.
You got this, Donna?
I know this, I stay home.
From there. You know, I just got to echo what Steve says. You know, the year started out fairly smooth. It feels like it's going good. I know at the junior high in my building, Christmas, you know, coming into Christmas, the kids had lots of fun. We had a spirit week. It was great. Like Steve says, there's lots of positions open right now. We have classified that have their emergency subbing license. So we're stepping in as well to sub and help fill some of those gaps. But you know, for the most part, like Steve says, it's going pretty good. I'm glad to hear their contract is going smooth because I felt we negotiated pretty smooth last year. So that's about it.
Great. Any questions for Alma? Thank you. I understand there's no student rep. Is there someone else from high school want to talk on their behalf? No.
Everything's going on. The kids,
Ralph, you need to come up here just as well.
sorry, yeah, I'm like Velma, I've got that really quiet voice, it's hard. No, the kids, when we have leadership kids are usually here, and I'm glad because I know at least the one kid, he'd be chewing on the cake. But they're all involved in a whole bunch of other stuff. So the things that just most recent, we had winter formal, which went well. I didn't get any late night calls, so I'm sure that went well. And like I said, as Steve said, we're different challenges going on. And I wanted to echo with Velma, our classified folks getting those emergency sub-licenses, working with Julie on getting that working, that saved our bacon a bunch this year. The folks have stepped up and helped and served. And so I'm just very, very thankful. We're getting probably about the midst of the sporting seasons for the winter things. And so we'll be starting league games before long in basketball. And just things are going pretty well. And Ohio State lost again to Michigan, but we'll I know. It's like, did you see that? Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Ralph. Terry, you're up for a bunch of stuff.
Okay. Enrollment is in your packet, and we remain up over the past 3 years for this time, which is a great thing. We are down 4 from last month, so our enrollment is at 2,331 students. Our attendance winner, we are going back to Holly. So Holly had the best attendance for December, so taking the trophy back from the high school, Mr. Dargis.
Thank you. Good luck meeting what you guys did last time, though. No Santa. Perfect.
Sounded like a special request, Josh. Okay. Next up, we have our school board recognition. And we have a cake from our kitchen with a nice topper on it. And I'd like to read just a few items here in thanks to our school board. The ideals of public service has deep roots in our country. Making a better community for all citizens is rooted in what our school board does. From getting elected, swearing in, vowing to advocate for all, placing any personal agenda aside, our school board works tirelessly for our students. School board meetings at times are not for the faint of heart, nor for those averse to confrontation and discussion. Our school board must be on watch and do their utmost to abide by the laws and regulation of our state. When weighed through the lens of our local community and our variety of constituents, this is not always an easy task. School board members are the eyes and ears of our community. They must be loyal, confidential, level-headed, and endlessly patient. I appreciate our school board members, their dedication, and the service they provide for our community. Being a school board member means advocating for all children. School board members do not get to just advocate for their district or their electorate, and Sweet Home all means all. Thank you for your service to our district, your kindness to me and each other, your unity and your time. So thank you. You're appreciated. Let me do a quick go-around. I have the sheet that says how long, but Mr. Adams, starting with you, how many years have you served on the school board?
Total years.
About 4.5.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, there we go.
Then more than one
It's been
stint.
3 different times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Sarah's on year 2.
7?
Believe yeah. Believe this is year 18.
18.
Year 20?
20 years.
Less than these two, more than the others. I don't know.
And Jim will be similar in there. Kevin?
It's my first year.
Okay. And Dale, you know?
Multiple stints for Dale as well.
You did
Yeah.
4, and then you came back, and then you said, right, like 7, you got 7 total? Or you got,
So the board members have a certificate of appreciation, and again, we've got the cake for you. But thank you again.
And we're not gonna stand up front and take pictures.
But he wanted that. I think he wanted
And maybe he does want one. So maybe I
Just the kids, just the kids.
In progress on our strategic plan, we have testing underway right now, iReady testing, OSAS training coming up, and then also our administrators will be training on the 18th for that upcoming testing. And Pillar 2, Thriving Citizen for this week, or for this meeting, that was our board members. Pillar 3, Thriving Community. We have an update from Teaching and Learning Director Barbie Riggs.
Thank you so much for having me this evening. Happy School Board Members Appreciation and happy birthday to Terry. How about that? So I'm happy to update you all on our math adoption. We are up and running. We have 14 staff members that have committed to the math adoption team, so I'm pleased with that number and their dedication. Our first meeting is January 25th, and it's actually our first publisher's visit to Sweet Home. The publisher will be meeting with the Sweet Home High School that evening. I am thrilled with the members that have signed up, and I'm excited to embark on this quest. And it's important that we choose wisely and think about our students in mind. We're on track with our Division 22 compliance. We're dedicated to make sure that Sweet Home is doing everything that we should be doing at the proper time. And our classified staff asked for more PD. So I'm excited to share with you that we listened and we reached out to the University of Oregon. Dr. Chris Knowles from the Oregon Center on Human Development came on January 4th, and there were 78 certified and classified staff members that attended her PD. So she's talking about forming a solid team between certified and classified, working on some high behavior needs that we're seeing in our classrooms. She's really easy to listen to, and our teachers were engaged, and we received lots of positive feedback. She's coming back on February 1st and again on March 1st, and she's willing to also come and meet with some small groups, for instance, our SPED team or our Title I team. So we're really excited about Dr. Knowles and her partnership with the Sweet Home School District. I also was going to state that we are getting ready for our OSAS, our Oregon State Assessment System training. We're training our administrators on the 18th. They will in turn go back to their buildings and train their staff. So that is our update from Teaching and Learning, and I'm just excited about your recognition tonight, and we all appreciate you very much. So thank you. Oh, any questions for me? Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Barbie.
Next up, safe and welcoming facilities. Pillar 4, Josh Darwood is going to have a presentation for us.
So this will be my facilities update for later. Same thing, when you get there.
Okay.
Do you want me to present twice the same thing?
Yeah, not required.
No, we're good. So, I shared with you guys last time about some updates we're looking at doing this summer. So I'm going to continue with some other ones we're looking at doing, going from fluorescent lighting to LED at some schools. Get this clicker to work. So upgrading lighting at Hawthorne, Holly, and a classroom at Foster that did not get upgraded. I'll explain that in a minute. And installing new ceiling tile at those schools. So the lighting at Hawthorne, we have similar lighting to what we had at the junior high before, where the bulb's becoming obsolete. It's a certain type of fluorescent bulb that we just can't find anymore. It's a special length and it's just a weird one. And then also the fluorescent lighting, I don't know how much you guys know about them. They actually pulse very rapidly. So these in here are pulsing. Your brain can't think of it pulsing that fast, but your eyes actually send the signal. So the picture you see there is actually slowed down, and that's what fluorescent lighting does. Attributes to headaches, eye strain, migraine attacks, other issues. And so in doing these upgrades, we're also improving the ability for kids to be learning better and teachers to be teaching better. So I'm excited about improving the teaching and learning with the classrooms. And then the ceiling tile, we have in those schools the old glue in place ceiling tiles. I'll show you some pictures. So this is before out at Foster, and then this is after when we did it. So you can see the ceiling tiles there, the upgraded ceiling tiles, and then this is what we did 3 years ago, Kevin, is that right? Something like that. When we did the seismic out there, and if you guys recall, the rainstorm happened, and so we ended up replacing a lot of stuff because of the insurance claim. There is one classroom that did not get damaged from the rain, so they did not get the upgrade. And so we're going to take care of this classroom in the process. This is the classroom, and then we'll make it look like the rest. At Hawthorne, this is the current fluorescent lighting. It's hard to see in this, but you can even see the old ceiling tiles. These are actually the type that look like pegboard. Not really, I mean, they're made for sound, but not for aesthetics in any way. This is some more of the lighting. This particular lighting is the stuff that is really hard to find the bulbs for. And then when you look up the ceiling, this is most of our ceilings where we have tried to screw the old ceiling tiles back up. We've done fairly good at trying to keep them from coming down on people. You can see a section right back here where we've probably patched some, screwed them up, and then you can see the paint is different right there where we've tried to touch them back up. So that's a continual thing. So excited about doing that. This is hallway at Hawthorne. Looking down the hallway. This is at Hawley. This is their hallway, and then you can see the ceiling tiles up there, and you look closely, you can see where we've screwed things back up and just tried to make them stay in place. At the junior high, the halls is a similar thing. So these ceiling tiles are approximately about 3 inches below the existing deck. And that's similar to what we're going to do at the other schools. We found a low profile troffer that you see there in that picture. We actually have to build a grid around the troffer because we're pushing it to keep from losing headroom in the classrooms and in the hallways. So we're keeping them up tight. So we're doing a similar effect that we did at the junior high. And then also in the junior high classrooms, we're doing the similar thing. That's about 3 inches down from the deck, and then adding that LED lighting in there. We'll do a similar design. They're not the exact same lights as these, but they have the same look, the same contour, because even Foster's a little bit different than these, but you wouldn't know unless you look at one picture than the next. So based on pricing and availability is how we get the light, but it's the same look. And then that's it. So looking to improve facilities and improve teaching and learning in the process. So that's, looks like a picture out of a magazine. That's Foster. So pretty cool. Any questions on that one?
So I'll take care of all your maintenance stuff later?
What's that?
That'll take care of all your maintenance stuff later?
Yes.
Yeah. That it, Terry?
That concludes my report.
All right, thank you. So we got the consent agenda now to approve the minutes from December 12, 2022 board meeting and accept donation from Geraldine Moran, 10,040 board feet of Western Red Cedar to the Sweet Home High School Career Technology Education Program. This was done last month.
So moved.
Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. So moved. Information discussion, so Kevin's up for the budget update.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Page 7A in the board packet. Through December, year-to-date spending is up by almost $774,000 over the same time period last year. That is largely driven by higher labor expenses. That was built into our budget, and for the year, we still expect to be within the total amount that was budgeted. Kind of a preview to the February board meeting, we expect to have our fiscal year 2022 audit complete, and so we will be presenting that to the board next month. So one more reason to be here next month.
Any questions? Thanks, Kevin. So policy updates, this is a second reading. We've got the one on the public conduct on district property, and are these both related, right, to the alcohol request? So this is the second reading, which would require, if you wanted to vote on these tonight, require unanimous approval, which I'm sure we won't get. So, but we could also move it forward if you wish to kind of take a feel where we all lay, and see if you want to move it forward to a third reading or not. So I'd require a motion to try and move it forward to an action item if we want to do that. We can let it sit here and wait till next month.
Make a motion to move to an action item.
A second.
Any more discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed the same?
Aye.
Okay, so we're going to move it forward as an action item under 8C. All right, so then we also got the same, this is the first reading on these policies for KA, and that section down through there on the next page. Those are just for information. They got put in the packet, and we'll review that again next month. That's the first reading, so please read all these or get caught up on them and ask Terry and Julie any questions you might have or concerns about those policies. I think Julie said we're kind of winding down on the major batch, so, and so on. So that's all there is on that one. There's nothing we can do there tonight. So, and then the action items, we do have a third reading on these policies from the J policies, and no other feedback from board members, Terry, Luke, Julie? All right. So I'd entertain a motion on these.
Make a motion that we approve the next reading here of, or the J policies here
Yeah.
as presented.
Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the same? So moved. And third reading on the policies, and here, these are some random ones that we've done before, but there's already some new updates. This is a third reading on those as well, on section 8B, so there's, a dozen policies there. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Move that we approve the policies under section B.
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same? So moved. And then 8C, policy KB and KBAR, KGB and KGBAR. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve KGB, KGAR.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion so we can vote on it.
All right, very good. Any more discussion? You guys remember what this one's about, right? All right.
What are we approving exactly?
It's the language that we talked about a month ago, a month ago about the alcohol consumption use. It's about that.
Changing the language?
Changing the policy.
Changing policy to allow the superintendent an option to approve. There are some strict guidelines, so. All right, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, the same? Aye. Motion fails, so we will let that one go to rest. Is there any board comments? All right, there's no late items, and it's going to be a quick meeting, almost a record, I think. Next board officers meeting is February 7th in Terry's office. The next board meeting is February 13th in this room. Thank you all for coming. We're adjourned.
Please take some cake.
and eat some cake.
Yes.